at this point of time, Major Mohd Ali Shah. I believe he has been waiting very patiently for being there on the broadcast. Thank you for being patient there. You know, we are also discussing about the economic and at large the kind of impact that India is going to even suffer. And at this point of time, Major Mohd Ali Shah, you know, this is the right time, I believe, to understand that even the India, Middle East, Europe connectivity corridor that was in fact announced in the G20 summit did suffer a setback. So how does India look at these developments, you know, with hope? There are, of course, major economic projects that are, of course, being invested and in talks with. At such a sensitive time, when we look at these developments, there is going to be very little hope for the projects and for the economic growth and prospect to be left with, you know, because the regional conflict only seems to be escalating further, giving us more grim news, and more specifically also for the ties with India when we talk about.
Right, Simran, that's a very interesting question. You know, I always stand with humanity. My religion, my name is Major Mohd Ali Shah. My religion is humanity. I stand for humanity irrespective, whether it's in Gaza, whether it's in Lebanon, whether it's in Iran, whether it's in Israel, whether it's in US, whether it's in Qatar, whether it's in Egypt, whether it's in India. I stand for humanity, and humanity is something which we all should raise our concerns for. Now, very fact is, when we see animals dying or even wounded for that matter, we feel bad. Here we are seeing human beings being attacked, human beings being dying, human beings losing their homes. It is indeed very sad, distressing, and painful. I agree to a large extent to what Ambassador Fabian said and to what my sister from Israel, Ms. Tala said. I think their analysis made a lot of sense. They did not propagate any enmity, animosity, or hatred. They spoke in terms of humanity, and I think that is the greatest thing, the greatest blessing a human being can have. Now, the very fact is, when Iran conducted an attack yesterday and they fired over 180 ballistic missiles, most of them were intercepted, I believe, by Israel's high technology, the Iron Dome system, and by the Americans had given aid to intercept it. And Israel will not take it lying down. Israel will retaliate, and they have issued a statement. They're saying that they will retaliate as per their wish, a time of their choice, a place of their choice. In fact, Israel has also sent their tanks, their armored corps brigade towards Lebanon border. In fact, I don't know, I'm waiting to hear that some of the tanks have crossed the border. They've entered Lebanon. Now, so far, Israel was attacking, and it was within air through missiles, through rockets. But if the fight comes to ground, then it's going to be very, very deadly. Simran, I'm afraid it's going to be very deadly. I will give you an example of Russia-Ukraine war about 2.5 years back, when we saw a Russian convoy advancing into Ukraine and it had entered 30 kilometers deep inside Ukraine. We were expecting a whole lot of bombardment and a whole lot of destruction. That's what's going to happen, and it doesn't end there. It's just a start. Iran, on the other hand, has issued a statement that, you know, our next retaliation is going to be worse than this. Now, Iran Supremo, Ayatollah Khomeini, was always in the favor of attacking Israel. Let's attack Israel. Let's attack Israel. Now, the very fact is, the clouds which thunder seldom rain. The clouds which give rain seldom thunder. So, till now, we were thinking Iran is only thundering. They are not going to actually rain. But yesterday they did it by 180 ballistic missiles, and something surprising. I spoke to some people. They were saying, "How can anyone not be wounded or injured in an attack? What can they do?" Now, Israel has their technology of Iron Dome system, arrow system. They have a whole lot of technology over there where it's very difficult for even a fly. I'm told. I've been told by Indian Army generals who have been to Israel on exercises. They have mentioned that it's very difficult to penetrate into Israel territory. On 7th of October, it was actually indeed very, very surprising how Hamas entered. And, you know, I totally right now, without wasting a single second, is release all the hostages scot-free, safe and sound. That is the first thing Hamas should do, because if Hamas continue to hold on to the hostages, I mean, this is going to escalate to a large extent. What choice does Hamas have? Hamas doesn't have any choice. I'm sorry. Hamas have been cornered. They are going to be held responsible for the killing of thousands of people. Already 41,000 innocent people, mostly women, children, elderly, have died. In fact, in Gaza, and my heart bleeds. There was one Indian Army veteran, Colonel Kale. He lost his life in action. He was a retired army officer from the Indian Army. He was working in the UN. He lost his life in Gaza. There was a human aid of convoy of UN. Unfortunately, very close to the Israeli post, they were shelling, and they were attacked. Whether it was an intentional attack or unintentional, you're in war zone. A bomb will land, a shell will land near you. It will not ask you your nationality or whether you're from UN or you're from Gaza, wherever you are. You just will buy it. It's very, very sad. Now, a lot of other countries, like say Japan, for example, Japan's Prime Minister has issued a statement that they condemn the attack on Israel and they stand with
All right.
America in providing aid to that it doesn't escalate. Yes.
All right, Major Mohd Ali Shah, you have ticked all the right points, in fact, while decoding and breaking it down for our viewers about the entire Middle East crisis and the regional conflict escalation.